All right. We are live. Second edition Facebook Live. First day of school is in the books. So, I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to swing on by. Again, this will be um, informal. Drop in, ask a question. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll give you some recaps. I'll try to fill in the dead space and talk about upcoming events and things that you should be aware of moving forward. So, hi, Susie, Lindsay. Good to see you on here. Hopefully, Chaz had a great experience today. Mr. Madden, how are you, sir? Trying to get my chair situated here. We had a great first day at the school. There was a lot of energy from the very beginning. We have a Hollywood theme this year, so we had red carpet out for the kiddos. We had paparazzis taking pictures. We had photo booth opportunity, a little bit of everything for the kids, and the excitement did not stop. We had an assembly at 9:30 where we introduced all of our Hollywood supporting cast, which is our staff, and of course the stars are our students. 33 PTA memberships. Wow, that's a great start. If you are not a part of PTA, they provide field trips, night events. They supervise many other things. They have teacher grants. You name it, they do it. They were a big part of our maker space as we went through that a couple years ago, providing funding to get that done. So PTA is definitely worth the time. I don't know if any videos of the assembly have come out or not, but there's some dance moves in there that I will tell you I am not a professional dancer, and that video will make it very evident. Very evident. But we introduced all of the staff, and when I say staff, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking custodian, office ladies, reading department. If they work here at Rosehill, they were introduced today. And it was a lot of fun. And then it ended with a dance-off. Dr. Morgan, our assistant principal, chose a team of 4 to 5 kids, and I also chose a team of 4 to 5 kids, and we went back and forth dance battle with Fortnite dances. And I am lucky enough to have a first grader at home who gave me a tutorial early this morning before I left on some of the moves. I did not execute. I did not execute well today, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm curious, from those of you that are joining that have students at Rosehill, I'm curious what their experience was like today, because, from my perspective, it looked like a home run from everyone. But I hope the kids thought the same thing. So if you talk to your kiddo, feel free to chime in and let me know. Other things to be aware of this week. There's a couple different things we've done. I sent home the S'more newsletter. That's the way I'm going to communicate with you this year. Again, it's short and sweet because I know that that's what the community has said that they wanted, but it also has links for you to get places that I think are important. Rosehill calendar, the master calendar's right there, the website, PTA's link on the Rosehill website, all of that information just a click away. And then important events that are coming up, and a couple important events that I want to highlight. Ike thought my dance moves were awesome. Well, I'm glad someone did. But a couple of important events coming up are kindergarten and pre-K start next Tuesday. And, we're excited to get the entire building. That'll make our building whole, getting our young kindergarten and pre-K kids. So kindergarten parents, there will be Yahoo and Boohoo in the library after drop off, and just a chance for me to chat with you. I want to see, parents that are going to be having kindergarten kids, pre-K kids, and just an opportunity to answer any questions you might have, because I want you to be comfortable. Last year was the first year that I dropped off my oldest child, and I know that it can be emotional. So I want you to feel comfortable with where your kids are and what they're doing from day to day. So that'll be on Tuesday. Yeah, I gave it a go for s'more. I drug my feet for a while. Obviously, I still need to figure out how to link up things properly, but s'more is the way we're going to go. And it'll come out. Hopefully, my goal is to get it out on Friday every week. That's probably ambitious, but it'll be out at least by Sunday. So, s'mores is the way we're going. Another big thing that I need everyone to stress and spread the word about is our MVP training next Wednesday. Um, so it'll be 6:30 in the library with Dr. John McKinney, who runs the MVP program. He's former principal of Shawnee Mission East, outstanding leader in our district. He'll come out and do a 30-minute presentation, and then the only part left really is that you're going to need to fill out the paperwork that night, have a license, and then make sure that you get your fingerprints taken care of at the Center of Academic Achievement. Then after that, you'll be able to go on field trips. You'll be able to run class parties. I know you want to sponsor book clubs, so you'll be able to sponsor book club. Essentially, if you're not an MVP, the only thing you can do is come in and eat lunch or breakfast with your child. And if you want to drop your child off at their classroom, you can do that and come back. But we really want to make sure we know who's in our building. We want to keep all kids safe. So we're going to make sure we get that MVP program done. Food for you if you come. Wednesday at 6:30, you'll have pizza. And we'll also have some adults there to watch kids in the gym. If you think kids are going to be the reason you can't make it, please don't let that be the reason. We'll watch them while you get trained. And then directly following that will be PTA. And I'm excited for you to see, the board of PTA, and then, just kind of what we do on our monthly meetings. So an big opportunity on Wednesday for everyone to come out. And when you work in your office, your phone rings sometimes. But come out and get MVP approved. So again, today was the first day, first grade through 6. We're currently, if you count our pre-K and kindergarten enrollment, we're currently about 547 kids, which is a little bit more than last year, which is great. And I hope that as the year progresses, we continue to add more kids. The more, the merrier in my eyes. But, as I walked through the building today, we weren't a building of discussing first day rules. We weren't going through, this is what you must do, this and that. We really tried to provide the experience and the excitement for the kids today with numerous team building activities. And it was so much fun going from classroom to classroom, watching what they were doing. Yes, childcare and dinner at the MVP. Please, please, please help spread the word on that. The last thing I want is a parent sees their child field trip and is really excited to go, and then finds out they can't go because they're not MVP trained. It's good for 3 years once you're done. 3 years. So very important that we get that done. Any questions, comments that you guys have out there? I know there's 16 of you right now, but I want to be available during this session to answer any questions that you have. Anything that you need clarification on, feel free to type it down below. Glad to hear that, Mary. We take great pride in our school, and I think we get just a little bit better every day, trying to new things that we're doing. MVP training, you know what? Welcome them all on. We might not have enough food for everyone, but I would want other buildings to open their doors to our families too. So I have no problem with other families coming and joining our training, because the goal is we want as many Shawnee Mission patrons as possible to be MVP trained. So yeah, feel free to let others know if they're looking. Okay, so another initiative that we're going to take on this year, and you'll probably hear communication from me shortly. We're going to, the last couple of years, we have had just announcements over the intercom from yours truly, or Deborah Rafferty does a fair share of those. And we're looking to be more student-led in the school this year and have more student involvement. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to create, I actually have it created, but we're going to have a Rosehill YouTube page, and our announcements are going to be run by Rosehill students. They will be live, but they'll also be recorded. So you can watch them at any time. The classes don't necessarily have to watch announcements right out of the gate. If they have something else going, they can watch them later on. And we're going to make them available to parents. So the goal is to have our YouTube page linked at the bottom of the Rosehill website. Feel free to, see the daily announcements and see what's going on at Rosehill. In order to do that, I'm going to need at least 100 subscribers. So that's where I will be asking you guys to go follow Rosehill Rockets 512 YouTube page. Now, I just created it last night before I went to bed, so it's just bare bones. But that way, like our assembly today and the arrival, I know Kim Mann was videotaping that, and she will be putting together a video, and that will be one of the first things we have on our YouTube is just the arrival of kids, the excitement, and then I don't know who got video. I know it's on the Rosehill Spanish Facebook page, video of the dancing today. So if you want to see some of my attempted Fortnite dance moves, I believe it's on there, and we'll try to get that on YouTube for the Rosehill page once it gets going too. Yeah, thank you for answering that, Megan. It is next Wednesday, August 15th at 6:30 p.m. We are going to start directly at 6:30. It's imperative that you come a few minutes early because we have to make sure that Dr. Kinney has time to get through everything, and we don't want to push back PTA if we don't have to. So join us then. Aftercare, you can come in and get a form. We have forms and a number at the office. And after we're done with this chat, I'll go look and see if I can get a form and get a number and just post it on here so you can apply for that. Other questions you might have? Other thoughts, comments, feedback from students, whether it was about the ice cream social last night, whether it's about the first day of school today. Let's see who's all in the chat. 16. I'm not savvy enough to figure out who's all in here, but I'm glad you are in here. Yeah, go ahead, and there's a link for the Rosehill PTA Facebook page. I also somewhat actively post in the PTA page as well. Staffing changes, things of that sort. I post that to the Facebook page as soon as I know for the PTA because I want to, I love the partnership we have with PTA. I think it's very strong. I enjoy working with all of the members of the board and everyone. So I would encourage you to join PTA. And that reminds me, I need to fill out mine before I leave today. So other initiatives at Rosehill all right, I'm glad the Hyatt kids had a great day. That's awesome. I relay this on to all the teachers, and you know what? If your kids come home and they said they really did have a great day, feel free to reach out to your teachers. I know a one-sentence email means the world to them because they really put a lot of effort into connecting with your kids right out of the gate, and knowing that they were successful can go a long way. So yeah, feel free to look up their email. Colston, all right, Colston had a great day as well. That's awesome. So I'm going to continue to scroll through comments. Make sure that if you have any questions or want to know any specific information about Rosehill, type it in there and I will answer it. I'm going to talk to you about a few other things. Kids don't even know of all these initiatives yet, but things that we're going to be doing at Rosehill this year. One thing is going to be, we're going to call it Student Choice Day. Student Choice Days, again, for the kids. And with Student Choice Day, what we're going to do is every staff member, every teacher is going to sign up for something they're passionate about. It doesn't necessarily have to relate back to their standards. It's going to be something that we can enjoy together. For example, it might be cooking, it might be yoga, it might be athletics, it might be sports data, you name it. The staff is going to sign up for a couple of things that they'd be willing to lead. We're going to divide K through 2, actually pre-K through 2, and then 3 through 6, and then the students will get that menu and they get to sign up their top 3 choices. And we will divvy out students into each class. And once, essentially, not quite once a month, for an hour, we'll do Student Choice Day. And they will go to different teachers and they'll just partake in the teacher's favorite hobbies. So, learning more things about that. And we're going to have 6 Student Choice Days this year. A lot of them are going to be on the half day early dismissals, a couple that won't be. So teachers really sharing their passion, their hobby with kids and their interest, and just another way to connect, and not just within your grade level, not just with your specific teacher, but throughout the building. So that staff are excited to share their passion about that. Kindergarten conferences last. So when you come in, that's a great question. When you come in for kindergarten conference, one of the main things that we want to accomplish is the parents need to take what we call the ASQ screener. That's going to take you about 30 to 45 minutes to do. While you do that, we're also going to screen your kids on what we call the DIBBLE benchmark assessment. And essentially what that means is we're going to look at sounds they know, letter recognition, things of that sort. So we have an idea academically where they're at and where we can help reinforce and enrich your child. So plan on 45 minutes to be safe. Yeah, Rosehill families. That is something that I have to give all the props in the world to our staff. Again, one of our goals this year is, again, student led and really working on relationships, social, emotional, for all kids here at Rosehill. We're doing 2 things. I'm going to start with morning meetings, and then I'll get to Rosehill families. The first one is morning meetings, and this is in every single classroom across the school. We had talked about too often we have kids come in, we might be there at the door to greet them, but the first thing we do is have them hang up their backpack and go straight to work on morning math or morning work. And that's just not the way you want to start the day. I don't want to wake up and go straight to work and instantly be sat down. I like to say hi to the people that are in the building. I like to find out how their night was. We're going to essentially take that and run with it in the classrooms. Every classroom will have about a 15-20 minute meeting at the beginning of the day called a morning meeting. And that is where they'll just take time to talk about certain topics. They'll do a team building activity and just to get to know each other in the classroom better each day. So that will be daily morning meetings on really getting to know everyone. And it might focus on PBIS expectation or something that we're focusing on school-wide, but that will be daily just to kind of warm up to the day and let the kids know that we care about them. And that leads to a much bigger initiative of Rosehill families. And Ms. Hyatt, what you are referring to, Rosehill families are going to be every Friday. And what a Rosehill family is again, we are going to take every staff member in the building, whether it goes to 6th grade teacher, PE teacher, art teacher, our head custodian, and our office staff. They are going to be leaders of a Rosehill family. And so essentially as a staff, we took every single child in the school and we divided them up into a group of a leader of a Rosehill family. Now, some families have 1 leader, some of them have 2, but there's going to be about 10 to 12 students in each family. And throughout the building for 30 minutes, we're going to connect with our leader and our tribe. So the first one will be in 2 weeks. And the first meeting is just getting to know your leader, getting to know your team. We're dividing, 6th graders, kindergarten kids, 3rd graders. There's a mix of students in there. And then they will, the first day, come up with their tribe name. They're going to decorate name tags. They're going to do a get to know you activity. And they're going to talk about what do families mean to them at school. How can we become a Rosehill family? And we're going to do this every single week. And it's going to be neat because this allows us, our building, for those of you that have been in it, is so long in certain sections that you don't get to see everyone. Our pre-K K1, they don't really get to interact with sixth grade or fourth grade downstairs. So um, it's going to it's going to really get everyone working together. And it's neat because I really wanted to involve the classified staff because they're so awesome, and they're so good for our kids too, that everyone knows that, hey, we're all working together to make Rosehill a great place. And we'll focus, just like on morning meetings, specific activities, specific topics, but it's going to be quite the undertaking. Now, because of that, we will have different schedules on Fridays. And that means just our specials will start a little bit earlier because Rosehill families will go from 9:05 to 9:40. And then the special schedule will be just brought back just a little bit at the end. And the lunch schedule, the biggest difference in lunch is kindergarten and fourth grade times are switched. And all these schedules are on our Rosehill website, and hopefully the classroom teachers communicate that to you. Looks like we had a couple questions there. Pre-K conferences. Yes, pre-K, you're going to take the same thing. You're going to take the ASQ screener as well. So please just provide or work out enough time where you can fully take the time to fill that out. So great question so far. A couple initiatives that we're really excited about with the families, the morning meetings, and the Student Choice Day. We have some new people to the group. Hopefully everyone's having a great Friday. Students are back in session. Exciting time. It was a great day. A little tired, not going to lie about that, but definitely worth it. Other questions that you might have or thoughts about Rosehill, suggestions, upcoming events? You can put lunch money online. If you go to our Rosehill website, I'm going to pull it up right here on my other computer. Forgive me for a second, so I can direct you to the exact spot. And it can be done through Skyward too. And that's another thing I guess I need to stress is Skyward online verification. Right now, I can still hear our instructional coach next door getting iPads ready to go, and they will be going to classrooms. However, your child will not be able to use the iPad for instructional activities until that RUP and all those online verification forms are done. So quite a few of you have done them already, and I appreciate that. Makes it so much easier on our end. And, on the photo release too, I really need to go by that photo release to see who I can promote on our website, social media, things of that sort. And I respect all of those. So we need that up-to-date photo release as well. Yes, PTA president chiming in. There is a PTA meeting after the MVP. So please stay for that. And I ask just one, if you haven't been there, just stay for at least one meeting. Just hear us for this first meeting and see what we do and meet the people that are really involved in PTA. And maybe it'll be something that you're interested in and want to get involved in and be a consistent part of. So yes, if you can also pay for lunch on Skyward as well, but there's a link on our Rosehill website page that you can pay for that and put plenty of money on your child's lunch account. Okay, another initiative that we are going to do this year is we're going to do something called College Week. And College Week is going to be the full week before Thanksgiving break. And essentially it's going to, each grade level is going to draw a college and they're going to research that college. Brandy Leggett, our instructional coach, has been reaching out to colleges all summer long, and a lot of them have sent us some really cool things. And we are going to then have presentations for the colleges put together. It might not just be K-State or KU or Missouri. I know there's several other colleges. We've got some from the Big Ten, SEC. So it's going to be neat for the kids to really look at that. And then our goal is to get kids just the idea of college. I know college isn't for everyone, and it might be a 2-year college. It might be a 4-year college, or it might not be college at all. But we want everyone just to be informed of, um, of the opportunities out there and make the best choice for them. So I do know that sixth grade will be going to K-State in May again to visit the campus, the facilities. Fifth grade will be going to the University of Kansas in November. And we're working on trips for third grade as well. Fourth grade and possibly third grade, with the idea of throwing around possibilities of closer or maybe even Shawnee Mission schools for our primary grades. But again, just another thing that we're doing just to help out and benefit our kids here at Rosehill. $3 fee for online payment. Thank you for clarifying that, Amy. Other things that you are curious about Rosehill. Will the child care for the MVP training extend for the PTA meeting by chance? Can the kids? So we have had kids come before to the PTA meeting. Some of them sit in the maker space, and some of them are on devices over in the maker space. Some of them are quietly playing with that. Again, if childcare is going to be the barrier, we had not set it up to go all the way through the PTA meeting, but if childcare is the issue, then feel free to have your children just sit in the makerspace area, because I don't want that to be the reason. And I'm not sure the people that are committed to do childcare, they might be willing to stay longer. I haven't pressed that issue yet, but I can definitely check into that and let you know. We have looked at JCCC. So we just want to make sure the places that we're getting our kids set up with, we want to make sure that there's some interactive part of it. We don't want just to show up to the campus and have us lead a tour. So, for example, at Kansas State, they have the opportunity to go do the facilities, and Coach Snyder, I believe, will talk with them, as he has in the past. In the University of Kansas, they are also going to allow us to look through the facilities. So it's more on top too of just the campus tour. So those are some of the factors that we look into. Other questions? One thing that your child might have mentioned today, when they come in the morning, if they are not eating breakfast, we are actually sending them down to the gym to be supervised this year. We're trying to divide the amount of kids in one area, because we do have, obviously the more kids you have, the harder it is to keep a decent volume level and supervise. So we're splitting up our supervision staff, and we're letting kids eat right away if they're going to breakfast. If not, they're going straight to the gym. And it worked really well today, so we're going to continue to do that this year. For those of you that were not here at the beginning, we had a wonderful first day of school. The assembly, the first time since I've been here in my 5 years that we've taken everyone in the building out to the blacktop for an assembly. Obviously, the benefits of that are we just can't fit everyone in the gym. So every assembly we have to run it twice, which if it's an assembly with money, obviously that's double the cost. And even if it's not, it's running the same assembly twice, same energy, and we don't always have access to the same staff. Excuse me. So it was neat to be outside with everyone. It was hot when I was dancing, I will say that, but we got through that and we had a lot of fun. I hope there's good video of it somewhere that shows all the staff that were dancing, because they all chose their walk-up songs, and there are some good ones. Reading Rainbow was the reading department. I haven't heard the song Reading Rainbow in a long time. Another song, let's see, the math team did the chicken dance. They were dressed as chickens, and we're doing the chicken dance, which was always interesting. Third grade team did Can't Touch This, and they featured Mrs. Langhofer, who those that don't know her, third grade teacher who's expecting soon. They're singing Can't Touch This and featuring her walking down the runway, which is kids thought was pretty funny. Wraparound, we had tried wraparound for pre-K. The interest level was so limited that the Y-Care just could not afford to provide wraparound for pre-K. So unfortunately, we do not have wraparound at pre-K. We do have an amazing PTA that funds amazing assemblies for us, which I enjoy. I mean, all the assemblies PTA puts together are outstanding. I guess my point was just the benefit. We stress family, and then we divide up for two different assemblies. It's nice to be and celebrate all together. But yeah, I mean, just because we have to run it twice does not mean that's going to be a barrier. We're still going to continue to include great assemblies. Mr. Combs was a witness to the assembly today. Let us know your thoughts, Mr. Combs. Share your thoughts with the Rosehill community on some of the entertainment and the dancing that went on, not only with our staff, but the dance-off that we had with the kids. I tell you, these kids, they know their dance moves. It was impressive. We are getting a strong push again from our PTA clientele. I think the biggest thing with PTA, and I'm not trying to push it on you, I just want you to be educated on all the benefits of it, is the more people that we get involved, the more we can do for the school. Because that's why we're here at the end of the day, is we want our kids to have the best experience possible. And, if we have 70 people consistently working at it in the PTA as opposed to 30 or 40, obviously more manpower, more woman power, the more we can do. So great idea. And yeah, there is a principal and teacher report as well. All right, Mr. Combs, you're getting a like on that one. Mr. Strathman can bust a move. That is an opinion, probably not shared by everyone, but I appreciate that. I hope everyone had a great week, a great Friday. I have not checked the weather for this weekend. I'm hoping it's nice. Let me look at that right now, as people can chime in on any weekend plans that they have. Next week will be fun. The first full week, I will tell you, your kids will probably be exhausted when they come home next Friday. The first full week of school can always drain not only kids, but staff too. It's just forgetting how quick the grind goes. Miss Lindner is joining us. Miss Lindner, remind me, what did fifth grade come into today? What was their dance? Trying to think. I forget what the song was. Type the song that you came into on our assembly down below, Miss Lindner. Let us know how you guys were coming in with your grand entrance today. I forget off the top of my head. For those of you joining, if you have any questions that you need clarification on, or you want to just, if you've talked to your kids and let us know what their experience was like today, we're always looking for feedback. Hopefully they had a great time. Hopefully there was a lot of photo ops. Speaking of, on the Rosehill page, feel free. Yeah, that's right. It was tricky. Thank you, Katie. Tricky. Feel free to post your photos of your kids today, if it was in the photo booth opportunity, if it was by their classroom, if it was with their classroom teacher. Go ahead and post those on the Rosehill Facebook page. Put Rockets512 hashtag on there too. I truly do enjoy going through all those pictures and seeing the experiences of everyone. Um, this is my 5th year here, so some of your kids I've been with for going on 5 years now, and it's just neat to see the progression of them throughout elementary school. So a lot of fun. Can you do it? Yeah, kids can be dropped off at 7:30. Um, there are kids that are here before 7:30. It's just the doors will not be unlocked until then, simply because it's just a staffing issue, and staff aren't even here, so it's safety. We don't have anyone to supervise. At 7:30, they can come in and they can eat breakfast, or they can go to the gym and wait patiently till 8 o'clock until they can get into their classroom. All right. Mr. Combs posted pictures of everyone's entrance on Facebook. That is great. I'm going to have to take a look at those later tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun to look at those. Other questions, clarifications? Let me look at the calendar coming up. Let's see. Kindergartners this year would be the year graduating what? I have to add that up. 2032, 2031 would be the graduating year. Let me think that out. In the near future, it looks like we have next week is mainly PTA and MVP with our kindergarten and pre-K coming. iPads will be distributed. Please, please, please get online and do your online verification forms for us. Makes it so much easier for the staff if all kids have the ability to use their iPads. It's very hard when a few kids' RUPs aren't signed, and then teachers have to basically do 2 separate lessons because they're doing some for the kids that don't have their iPads and some that do. So if you have any time this weekend, please get online and do the online verification form. It's 4:38. I'll hang with you for a little bit longer. I believe my kids are at the swimming pool right now, so no need to rush home. But my kids don't start school until next week, so they are also excited to hear about the first day of school at Rosehill. Those of you just joining, we are doing a s'more. A s'more is a weekly newsletter format platform. That's how we will communicate. I will send out the weekly communications this year. A lot of live links on there. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I know no one wants to read 4 pages of a week, so I'm going to do the main important things, and then if there's other things that come up, we'll definitely communicate those with you as well. But I want to keep it succinct so you guys can quickly look through those and then have links that you can. All right, take care. Have a great weekend, Mr. Combs. I appreciate everyone dropping by today and checking in. It is going to be a fantastic year at Rosehill. We do have a lot of new faces, so if you come in the building and see, we've got in first grade Mrs. Baker and Miss Boone. Second grade, Susan Awad, Miss Awad transitioned, and a shout out to her. She transitioned in a week. You'd never be able to tell by her classroom. She got it ready to go. She had a great first day. She's going to be a great addition to second grade. In third grade, Mrs. Cerna is in the classroom there. She was a halftime math specialist here last year. Fourth grade, we have stayed the same. Fifth grade and sixth grade, Mrs. DeWeerd moved up to sixth grade to have a team of 4. Hannah Roselle, Miss Roselle is our art teacher. Mr. Behrens is our PE teacher. And Dr. Abby Morgan is our assistant principal. So some new faces. I'm glad Vincent had a great day. Yes, the ceilings downstairs are very tall. They're very tall. The rooms seem very spacious. So um, I don't know if you were in the room last night, but yeah, they very big rooms downstairs, which is a benefit. Other things, we have a Rosehill sand volleyball team this year. So we will be playing 6-on-6 sand volleyball once a week starting next week all the way until October. So we're excited to do that. That'll be fun. We haven't done that as a staff before, so all sorts of staff members excited to go out there and play and just hang out or maybe even watch each other and support each other if we're not playing. But that's just another example of how close the staff is and how much fun we have. So look out if you play sand volleyball at Shawnee Mission Volleyball Club. Watch out for the Rosehill Rocket staff team. Yes, Mrs. Severt unfortunately did leave us for another school, but we always, of course, wish her the best of luck. Yeah, when your teacher's 6'7", you need a little taller room. So, and of course, talking about sand volleyball, Mr. Myers is one I recruited very first. Get him on the net and help us out, help those Rosehill Rockets out. Looks like we're kind of winding down here. If you have anything else that you would like to hear about, any comments, feel free to drop them in below. I want to make sure that I'm meeting the needs of everything that you want to hear, want to know about. Anything you'd like to see in the weekly update that's not in the weekly update, I'm always open to suggestions. You can put that down below. It looks like currently we've had 91 views of the parent update. So I also like that I can track this a little bit more and see, is the information I'm putting out there being viewed, number one, and is it useful? All right. Well, it looks like keep fluctuating. We're in single digits of people watching now. So it is that time. It's 4:43 on a Friday. Everyone sees the weekend, excited to probably relax with the family, relax with friends. Hopefully you have some fun this weekend. But yeah, so first day of school, I'm just going to wrap it up then. First day of school, huge success. We have Hollywood star themes. Take time to shout out to your teachers. Let them know how much you appreciate the effort they put in this whole week, not only for last night back to school, but for their energy and making the effort to connect with your kids right away. Mrs. DeWeird, welcome to the chat. We are getting ready to head out, but you did a great job in 6th grade today. 6th grade was rocking it. Their kids were excited. Didn't even want to leave the building. They're having so much fun. Again, one more time, MVP training next Wednesday, 6:30, childcare, pizza, PTA directly to follow. Please stay for the PTA meeting and just kind of hear what we're about. We'll have forums if you're interested in joining. And we're off and running for the 2018-19 school year. So stay connected. Look for information on how to join the Rosehill YouTube page. Subscribe to that. My goal is to really get that YouTube subscription up. We're going to do more longer videos on that, as well as morning announcements. We'll be rolling through that as well. And you guys can follow us as much as possible. Yes. Mrs. Rogers, it's a great point. Dogs should not be on campus. I know there's a lot of cute and fun dogs out there. Please just follow our request of keeping dogs off of our campus. If you do have a dog you're walking up with, please just wait for your child down at the corner so they're not on a campus. but that's a great reminder. Thank you. Other than that, as always, I just want everyone here to know, I know there's only 6 of you left, but those of you that rewatch this, I am always taken back at the Rosehill community. I am honored to serve as a staff member and a principal here at Rosehill. So many great families, so many great kids, excuse me, so many great staff members that, I'm just taken back and couldn't ask for anything more. So thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a great weekend. We'll do another one of these in a month or so, but welcome back, and we will see you next week.